The real estate closing process is very complicated and it's very confusing. And I think that people who are professionals in the real estate business often use this confusion and the complexity of what's going on to misguide or deceive their clients. Um, Now, one of the most common and obnoxious lies that goes on in the process is that everybody is waiting on somebody else to do something in order for the transaction to go through. Now, I'm sure some of the time this is true, but I know for a fact that most of the time it's not. So if you're buying a house, for instance, most likely you're going to have a realtor, you're going to have a lawyer, and you're going to have a loan officer, somebody who's handling the mortgages, could be a bank. And what will happen is you will call your bank, say, and ask them, why is there a delay in me getting mortgage commitment, or why do we need to extend the closing date or something like this? And the bank will say 9 times out of 10, well, we're all waiting on whoever, the realtor or the lawyer or whatever it may be. And then you'll call the lawyer and he'll say, well, we're waiting on the realtor, or vice versa. And like I said, I know for a fact that this is done to sort of just people to just sort of shirk any blame that they may have for not doing their job, or just lie to the client or confuse them. So if you're in the middle of a deal and somebody tells you they're waiting on another person involved in the transaction, it's important that you realize this person could be blowing smoke, and you need to follow up with the person that supposedly everyone's waiting on and find out what the story is from his or her end. Just to give you one example, I bought a house last year, and a friend of mine, another attorney, handled my closing. I was talking with that attorney in the courthouse, and he told me he hadn't received any paperwork from the bank, and I believe him. He wouldn't lie about that. I spoke with the bank, and the bank told me that they had called him 4 times that day and sent emails, and he just never responded. So, so I've seen it firsthand, and if you are involved in a closing, you need to be in contact with everybody. And if somebody says we're waiting on somebody else, follow up, make sure that's true, and don't just get irritated and accusative. All right, hear all sides out, and just don't let your confusion be exploited by your realtor or your loan officer or your attorney.